Previously on High Stakes Poker, Michael Schwimmer ran bad at the expense of Damian LaForbes run good.
All in.
Damn it, did you get lucky on me? Can't not call, I call. 6.
Better.
Oh my God.
We'll take it.
Can't get him off. Now I'll rebuy.
But then Schwimmer turned to old reliable Tom Dwan.
All in. What?
And Sean Perry and JRB played for stacks.
All in.
All right. Yeah, I see.
The money they're playing for is real. It's their own money. It's coming right out of their pocket.
I'm all in.
$300,000 in cash with a 4 high.
Now the pot is almost $550,000. And we're now looking at the biggest pot in the history of high stakes poker.
I'm all in. These ladies ain't ladies unless they're your ladies. Got their hands on a monster, and that's what it takes. If you got what it takes, you can play high stakes.
Well, it feels like everybody's out for blood now. The gloves are officially off and the pots keep growing. Hi, everybody. AJ Benza here alongside Gabe Kaplan as High Stakes Poker rolls on. Last time we saw our group pack up, tonight a new group joins us, and it's led by the incomparable Phil Ivey. Tom Dwan is back. Can't wait till he gets into it with that guy, the all-time bracelet leader, Phil Hellmuth. That's Chamath Palihapitiya. Not a poker pro, but far from a rookie. He knows his way around the felt. Before we get started, a look at the stacks brought to you by Poker King. Tom Dwan bought in for $300,000. Laszlo Hernandez for $250,000, and everybody else for $200K.
I don't have a poker so.
Breaking my logic trees, Bordy. Breaking my logic trees.
No one knows logic trees.
Beep, boop,
That's
boop,
just a new one, Chamath.
Beep, boop, boop.
They're about to
Chamath
announce
is a
logic
major
trees.
investor. He also likes to do impressions of Charlie Brown's family.
Was this yours?
That's what they're going to announce next week.
Chamath, there's a poker story I've told about you quite a few times. You know, like I've seen you just put in 100,000, 200,000 in a few seconds sometimes bluffing, sometimes having it. But there was one time at the series, I was doing these bracelet bets, and I had a trailer. And I was waiting for you to go to my trailer in a $1,500 tournament. And some guy bet for 6 minutes. You were into the break. I was like, I only got 15 minutes, man.
I can't remember who I was telling. I think it was Jason Kuhn.
Did you call?
No, he folded.
No, I folded. But I spent 2 years obsessed with this idea of trying to win a bracelet. It was the stupidest decision I ever made because I'd be playing.
Do not insult the bracelet.
No. I'm not insulting it. I'm just saying I'd be playing 5,000, 10,000 no limit, and then the next morning I'd wake up and jump into a $1,500 bracelet, tournament, and the guy's like, some old 80-year-old guy's like, bet 150, and then you're sweating this $150 bet, and it just didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
That's how I felt when I was watching. I was like, I can't believe he's waiting this long to shove on the guy. And then he folded. I was like,
In the meantime, Laz Hernandez and Jake Daniels playing an uneventful hand. Daniels bet $1,600 with ace high.
We got a different lineup.
Hernandez calls.
Most of the time now, Asia.
We got a different lineup tonight.
Where you at? You here?
Race with the Queen 10.
Most of the time, I'm going to move back to Europe, I think.
give me a number. I'm here.
Daniels picks up an inside straight draw.
100%.
Golfing?
This is my
Terrible
water.
at the moment.
Water, this is my water or yours?
It's yours.
I didn't know you were going for the bracelet.
44.
I mean, I thought I could win.
400.
That was
So she must be rolling the bit.
awesome.
4.
No.
It's a time sink. It's really,
I'm doing what's the difference?
and you have no freedom.
Hernandez is going to come along for $4,400.
You think I don't respect you?
It's rough.
I think you're very good. You know why?
Good card for Hernandez.
You understand?
Just because you don't understand the way I play.
I love it, but it,
Last time we played, I won 100,000.
I'm an insane human being, and you play with calculation.
Daniels is going to fire again. You think Hernandez is going to call?
Yeah, why not? Let's have some fun.
I think he is too. He called on the turn.
Same.
You made that. The sun's on. Just my communication skills.
Well, neither one of us knows anything.
To be a young kid and just show up with your backpack every day and like no one's calling you on the cell phone. You don't have to take care of. You don't have to sweat the market. You don't have to sweat anything. You just
Very good.
show up.
Hey guys.
Most of them.
Everybody have
Stock level.
I just watched something I'm pretty sure I'll buy.
When you're a billionaire, whatever sounds you make, they're hysterical.
Every day.
But Chamath tells me I have to be careful.
He could do an impression of Rex Tillerson. Everybody would be on the floor.
Rex. Haven't heard that one yet.
Yeah.
22.
Phil Ivey looks a little more composed, a little more mature.
Did you learn any Chinese over those last 10 years?
I mean, I might be at.
You
like,
dumb. Do you at least know how to
60
say
words.
call, raise, and
Yeah.
Mandarin?
No.
Call,
And we're
raise,
going to
more
make
chips.
Juan play with one card a few times in this session.
It's only fair.
It's only fair. You know, he's been winning the most money, so he doesn't seem to mind.
No.
I like that he comes out betting it.
Me?
People generally slow play the nuts.
Berger's got his own game. He's got his own day.
Against me?
Bringing Miami.
That's a card both players don't mind seeing.
Yeah.
Ivy could call or he could raise. Daniels has disguised his hand very well.
Call.
You play much here?
Decent bit.
He bet 7,300 on the turn. I like this also. He stepped it up to 30,000.
I love sports.
Trying to say maybe I have the ace of clubs and I didn't get there. He knows Ivy has something. And Phil's probably saying, I'm Phil Ivey. I can't really be confused. I act confused, but now I really am confused.
I ended up being a big winner overall, but he destroyed me. And I had position on it.
Makes the right decision.
I can't wait to play with him again. I've never seen a game before where the blinds were 500 and 1,000, and Rick put the live 4 to 10,000 on every.
That's to grab 25, not 30.
Ivy's radar seems to be as strong as ever as he makes his high-stakes poker return.
I'm happy to be back. It's a good feeling, but it's just the beginning. And I'm looking to playing a lot more TV events and starting to play a lot more tournaments when they come back, and just getting back out there again and starting to play poker from a different perspective. So that's it's a really good feeling.
I hear Reggie Jackson when he talks.
Really, I hear Rex Tillerson again.
The biggest match was the biggest match ever. Golf match was a Chato or?
No. I've had some big ones at TPC. I had some big ones down in Cabo. I had big
Cabo
ones
and TPC.
Well, we know where Phil Ivey's biggest golf match was.
Yeah.
Might be nice to know how much it was for. But that information is not being divulged.
2,500. Call.
And we've given Juan 2 cards again for this hand. I think he played the 10 very well.
Yeah. Juan and Ivy to the flop, and they both make 5s.
Check. Check.
Well, here's the case 5. And the 2 old high-stakes poker behemoths have both made 3 5s with big kickers. And Juan checks.
2,500.
I feel a little raise coming on right now.
10,500.
Let's see if Phil Ivey continues to play cautiously. It worked in the last hand. And he does.
Classic battle.
Changes nothing. Juan's going to probably make a big bet.
21,000.
Not as much as I thought he'd bet. Ivey's going to insta-call.
Call.
And Ivey shows him you could have won more on that hand, buddy.
Cooler.
Good feeling to be back. Not a good feeling to run into better trips. It didn't take long for these two to butt heads. Juan and Ivey headline this table, and they're after each other already.
It was early fast.
Yeah, that bet was really going to happen. Yeah, you...
I'd like to say since the original times I met Tom Dwan and played in Macau, I think I've improved about 10%.
Who's this guy? He looks and sounds like a professor at Hogwarts.
That is Board, James Board.
Well, I will tell you this, you know, to the world, it's the new Tom Dwan, okay? Because to me, I played with him 8-9 months ago, and now all of a sudden...
Say Tom Dwan is playing tight? Come on. Juan raises with Jack-8 offsuit, and two players with pairs now going to the flop. Eights for Juan. We now have 7 8s and 9s. Sevens check, 8 bets 20,000. The 9s fold. And so do the 7s.
And the guy who never plays any hands wins another one.
How about that?
You don't see that much like unique decision making. Everyone has a better idea of what everyone else is doing. And it's kind of neat when you have people in there that play a lot different. So like Phil Hellmuth, as an example, plays very different than a lot of people. And then you see different people at the table try to react to that one way or another. And I think that makes the game more interesting.
I think what he's saying is that Phil Hellmuth plays cash games in a tournament style.
Uh-huh.
What are you saying, Aha? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
I stepped into the Aria poker room, and I played once since COVID started. And they have these, like, have you been in the poker room? They have massive plexiglass between the players. And I just told my wife, if I hear one cough, I'm out of there. And I just liked the crowd. It was Crazy Mike, JRB, and I won 20,000 in like 2 hours, and I had...
Crazy Mike.
I found the leave button because I'm like, you know what? No one cares if I leave early. It's COVID, you know?
How do people panic?
Crazy Mike, I saw him today. What a character.
That guy's a character, man.
He's doing well.
Yeah, he's doing well. He has his own game now.
He's 2,200.
Maybe I'll come and play with you guys as a match.
You'd like it. It's just such a nice little 3-600. It's just everybody laughs. It's fun.
I'll definitely play. You guys never phone me. No one phones me.
Cool. Cool. 4 players.
Got to wander around Vegas lost. Find a blackjack table too.
That's just to illustrate that he's making a totally un-Phil Hellmuth type play. He's betting in first position with the worst possible straight draw against 3 players. Brandon Adams lays down top pair.
What do you mean top pair? Daniels has nines.
That's an overpair. Nines are an overpair.
See, every time I think I'm getting it, you knock me back down again.
And Daniels would make it straight with a 7, be the worst card for Juan. Juan's invested, and I think he's going to fire again. Daniel says, I'm not going anywhere. What's going to happen now? Juan has got all his children out there. I think he's going to try and protect them. Helmuth was right about this guy. This guy's a nit.
Should probably go for a little value, but
Checks down.
You got it.
I had the same hand last year. A little better flop for 9.
40?
Ace 8-3.
40? I concede. I talked about how tight he's playing, and then he called with 3-4, bombed almost every street. But I don't know. I think if he bombs the river, he wins. Now, to come to high-stakes poker here, it's an honor and a pleasure. Honestly, because I think I've earned my seat.
I grew up in my poker career watching the original version of the show with Gabe Kaplan, and I loved it. I mean, it was
the feel of the old high stakes poker is pretty exciting. So I'm happy to be here.
I just remember the huge blocks of cash moving into the table, and at first I thought it was all the money in the world, and then you realize the chips are worth so much more than the actual cash because you got bundles of hundreds. But I remember the players, and the thing I remember about them was a desire at some point to play with them, and as it turned out, basically, I played with all of them at some point afterwards.
Phil Hellmuth rules.
It's funny hearing a guy like Chamath say he grew up watching this show.
On your shirt or something, I think, man.
Yeah, everybody talks about how nostalgic it is.
Yeah.
Nostalgia to me is hula hoops and Fabian and Frankie Avalon.
You can find it after.
By the way, Chamath was 4 when Welcome Back Kotter was a hit. Just to put it in perspective.
Hey, he mentioned me, buddy.
Yeah.
He didn't say anything about you.
No, I know. I did. You're right.
Oh, Philip. I mean, out of position call with my friend. How can I resist? How can I resist?
My best friend, Chamath Palihapitiya.
How can I resist?
Bring it, C.
I'll check in the dark. Oh, the favorite move. I check in the dark.
That's my move.
I check in the dark.
That looked like my kind of card. Let's bet 3,300.
33.
He folds a 9. Tom Dwan calls with a jack and a 9.
Okay.
7,000.
That's 7,000.
No, you're not going to call. No.
I'll take this one, buddy.
Don't do it. No. Do not do it.
I'm mainly thinking of calling or folding. The raise already timed out.
We just showed a feature of you saying he plays tournament style.
I'll take this one. All right. Come on. I mean, last time when I was talking, you freaking. Last time I was talking, you called me.
Almost.
All I have is aces up.
Called you.
Damn it. Come on, Tom. The last time we played, when I talked to you. Last time we played, when you tricked me into playing deuce to 7.
Oh, if you did.
And spotted me the deuce to 7. Then I bluffed 25,000 off, and on the river I was talking after I bet, which.
How much for you to stop talking?
Last time I was talking, you called me.
How much for you to stop talking?
Tom and I have a tremendous amount of respect for each other. At least I have a tremendous amount of respect for him. I remember in 2011, I went to the club with him. It was a lot of fun. We went to one of these Vegas local clubs and drank and had some fun and cheersed. I've done that with Phil Ivey as well a number of times. And they're kind of fun to party with the kids, although Ivey's not a kid anymore and Dwan's not a kid anymore. 10,000, I'll give it to charity, and I'll shut up for an hour. You can give it to Second Harvest Food Bank.
You want to contribute at all, AJ?
I didn't bring that kind of money. I'm sorry.
Raise.
Raise 1,600.
Remember, this happened with John Robert, and
Yeah.
he would have won a big hand. Let's see how it affects Hernandez.
Go. Heads up.
Queen 9 off. Hernandez would have flopped
Yeah.
a set of aces.
Wow.
Okay.
He wouldn't have won much money because nobody has anything.
11.
Bet 11.
Helmuth bets 1,100, wins the
That's
pot.
all you got to do is pick up hands and raise. I like that.
Honey, I can dodge bullets.
Forget this limping stuff.
Golf seems like the play, huh, during COVID.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really popular right now. And it was dying.
Golf is coming back.
Yeah, it was dying for a decade because of cell phones. Now it's coming back with COVID.
All we needed was a pandemic.
That's right.
How did cell phones hurt golf?
It's hard to putt with a cell phone.
Look at all the things that are crushing because of the pandemic.
What's this?
Big list.
Oh, yes.
Amazon, everybody's buying stuff that way. Online poker, that made the hugest comeback.
He didn't do that well with his last pair of queens. Let's see if he fares any better with these.
Dwan calls with 10-8 suited. Adams got ace-7 of clubs.
People had quit playing the game, but now what are you going to do? You're bored.
He always looks like he might raise.
You're stuck at home. Hop into a poker game.
Four-way action to the flop. Set of queens for Ivy.
And aces and the nut flush draw for Brandon Adams.
Ivy bets 7,000.
Hoping somebody has an ace.
Everybody's staying home, and now all of a sudden everyone's going outside. So then you freaking stuff to keep your stuff cold.
Cool stumbles. The construction business, right? Like,
And Brandon not only has an ace,
everybody's remodeling their home. They're stuck.
but
at
he's got a
home,
little
right?
something.
Real estate's gone up. It's unbelievable. Not the $10 million houses.
Yeah.
You know, the
Very deliberate.
$10 million houses are freaking. No one's
He just calls.
Sitting.
We have one of the top venture capitalists in the world at the table, and we get to listen to Phil Hellmuth give us financial advice.
Okay.
It feels like the government's going to release, no matter who wins the election, we're going to have like another $1 trillion inserted into the economy. Is that right, C? About $1 trillion?
3
trillion? I mean, it just seems like whenever they give everybody $3 trillion, the stock market goes up.
Putting
That's what I
Brandon
would say.
Adams on an ace and hoping he
Everything
calls.
I'm doing under one umbrella and be able to have that be the one thing through which I do everything.
Right
So
now,
that's more like it's kind of like.
What is Brandon thinking about?
He's thinking about nothing. He's going to call. This is just his style.
Okay.
So you would buy whole companies like
I bought four. I bought 4 already, but I gotta gotta get organized all in a way. You know, I don't have a good plan for that. So. But if I can figure that out, that's what I. Hopefully 5 years. That's what I'm doing. So then it's simple. I have one thing. It's public. Anybody can own it. I just do what I want to do. It's like, 20, 30% of it, I have voting control.
And he's saying club, club, club.
I have a bunch of companies that do interesting things that I like. Take their cash flow, invest in them. Right now I do it, but it's all piecemeal. It's incredible. Everything happening in space is incredible. Everything happening in biotechnology is incredible. It's like marathons. Like
Ivy's just thinking about how much to bet.
Beginning of the modern
All the AI stuff, neural network stuff, quantum stuff's going to be.
That's another important one.
I think there's a lot of stuff.
And Brandon immediately releases. He gave Ivy credit for a big hand, and he was right.
I burned a little money on that turn.
That one could have been a lot worse.
All right, who killed Colonel Mustard in the library with the candlestick?
My money's on Board. It looks like he's from a Guy Ritchie movie.
She was.
Is she vegetarian?
Yes. Yeah. Well, she eats
after
fish.
that she was.
She eats fish. She eats fish. Much.
You never know if you're going to get the secret. No, she eats bacon.
That's pescatarian, right?
Yeah.
You don't wear a ball cap when you play poker, do you, Gabe?
Sometimes I wear a cowboy hat.
Yeah, I know that. I've seen that. That's a good look.
When I played on the show, I had a cowboy
Yeah, I
hat.
know. Big old Stetson.
Table.
Some of the players unintentionally aren't showing their cards significantly enough to our camera, so we don't know what Phil Ivy's card is. We know he's called 2,500. And Juan with ace-queen raises it up to 19,000. I think if Brandon Adams comes along for the 16-5, Board will, and Hernandez might even.
See the button?
And when we get to see Phil Ivy's other card, he might come along too. Brandon is coming. This should bring Board.
Are you going to cost?
Surprised at that. Ivy is thinking about it so that he must have another big club or 2 8s. Maybe 7, 8 of clubs.
Sorry.
I think it's got to be the ace of clubs, another 8, or the 7 of clubs.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he calls. Come on, Phil, show us your card. There, you were right.
How about that?
How about that?
I know the game.
Clean miss for the other two. Juan's going to bet, and that should be the end of the hand.
32.
And the whole table is quiet. This is unbelievable. For this table, complete quiet.
Little queen under there.
Who knows?
Or a 9 ball. Get filthy.
Stack size is brought to you by Poker King. Tom Dwan is up top at 344 grand. Ivy's right behind at 273. Daniel's at 268. Board, Brandon Adams, Lazaro Hernandez, Phil Hellmuth, and Chamath rounding out the rest.
God, I'm the oldest guy here by far, huh? Wow. What's going on?
Chamath has the least amount of money on the table, but he's playing like $4 billion behind.
Raise 16.
Call.
Wait.
Call.
And he's going to be very quiet right now.
Sorry about that.
That's all right, man. I wasn't voting anyway.
Especially with Phil, man.
Exactly. It's the only reason I played the hand.
Phil forgot to show his cards and folded.
Price is right for Chamath and for Dwan. And Brandon Adams should come for 800 with his 8-5 off.
Wow, I think I would have done better limping with this one. What happened?
I guess it's players.
And because there's so many players, Phil Hellmuth is only 28% to win this hand. Dwan flops.
55.
17,000.
Raise 17.
He calls, but he can't be feeling very good about this.
Okay.
Hellmuth's check is a survivalist check. He doesn't want the pot getting too big on the small chance that Dwan has him. But now that Dwan's checked the river, he's going to bet. Very hard for Dwan to get away from this now.
7 deuce would be good here.
But he should be thinking about laying it down because I don't think Phil Hellmuth would be betting with Queen Jack at this point. It's easy for me to say because I'm sitting here in the booth. I know what the cards are.
And off Phil Hellmuth. Oh, man. How much is it? 18?
18.
Kings.
That'll do it.
You can't beat him. You can't beat him.
Too good.
Can't keep a good man down.
Can't hold a good man down, boys.
Phil's been waiting all night for those kings.
Yep.
Gave the stupid speech to, hey, you gotta lip in here.
Yeah.
For those kings.
I always give the speech.
I had him on though.
You can't keep a good man down.
Golly.
Can't do it.
You had him on aces? You put him
Yeah, I
on.
swear to God. Like Phil's got aces.
Where's my aces?
When he said he had to limp, damn, I should have limped.
I should have limped. I think I might do
Oh, he
better.
got aces.
So, I think most people watching poker can see Phil's personality at the poker table. You know, there's a little bit that might be a little annoying to some people. And I definitely have pushed his buttons a few times. early on. Obviously, there was a time at the NBC heads up. And over time, I think Phil grew on me a little. We became a little friendly, but you know, I wouldn't have really called him a friend till we went on this USO tour, and I saw him with the troops, and he was like the same person. It was like he was on TV, like I have so many bracelets, but he was coming from a nice place. I don't have anything bad to say about Phil. He's just a crazy dude.
Crazy dude. That's one way of saying it, huh, Gabe?
He is a crazy dude, and there's a really nice side of him too. So he's a very confusing man.
Hey, if you're doing USO tours, good on you.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what they do on the USO tour. What do they do? Beat the troops out of all their cigarettes?
Till 5 a.m., 1 a.m.
It's nice that these guys are doing stuff like that.
Absolutely. I once entertained the troops in Afghanistan.
How long ago was that?
About 19, 20 years ago. Actually, I didn't go. I went to Edwards Air Force Base to talk to the troops before they went to Afghanistan. So,
very nice. I once did a show at a bar in Bayonne, and a few sailors came in, and I gave them a pep talk.
Hey, it all helps.
We're playing the Duke game.
Meanwhile, we missed this whole hand.
Yeah.
They're paying us big money to do this commentary here, so no more reminiscing about.
Okay.
Button versus small blind. I'm like, woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. He knows how tight I play. He's going to fold for the 5,000 re-raise. No, he called me down.
Very happy.
Bordy, let me help you out, Bordy. Listen, here. You don't just throw in 3 chips here. I'm going to help you out. I'll do it for you, okay? There's the Annie. There's the blind, okay? Now, for future reference, we can leave you stacked like 8.
I'm going to make sure in your performance.
And 8. See this?
Yeah.
See this? This just, now we'll just leave that right there. The next time it's your blind,
I'm going to tell HR that you're just fantastic.
Thank you.
Yeah? You know, your performance review.
Somebody's got to keep the game
Your
moving.
performance review is going to be off the chart.
Call.
Call.
Thank you.
Raise 2. Call.
You were going to raise there.
I thought I was going to raise 2.
Call.
Raise
15. Call.
What are you calling to the?
Here.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
Something you're not gonna bet. Come on.
Why not?
Never know.
Every other poker player on the planet would re-raise you right here. Like,
Yeah, I know.
I'm talking about 100%.
I'm limping.
We mean I'm not going to raise you.
I'm just messing with you.
Well, you're right. I'm not
Do
going
what
to
you
raise you.
gotta do.
I want to do what I got to do.
I don't believe that.
Consummate.
Sorry, Gabe.
Consummate.
There you go.
I'd do 7.
You should be sorry, you poo.
Famous.
It's on your board.
Oh, I folded my head. An hour ago. Yeah, you know what I mean?
God.
They were like,
Do you realize what we just saw, AJ? We saw Phil Hellmuth throw away Ace King for 13,000.
Unreal.
Yeah. Trying to get lessons from the best. So, with that in mind, Mr. Ivy, please help.
Well, I think one of the all-time greats, babe.
Dewan is suspicious.
The all-time great.
Another check from Hernandez. Will that entice a bet? No. Hernandez has got a bet now. The way Hernandez has played this hand, he could have queens full.
Call this.
Show one.
Showing you rock.
Show one.
no, Phil, you don't deserve it.
Oh, no, Phil.
Can't do that.
Oh, no.
And Hernandez drags the pot.
As the Big Slick Society sets an emergency meeting for tomorrow.
Even when it's not the Phil Hellmuth show, it still feels a little like the Phil Hellmuth show.
I just want to do it so that Chamath needs to have some important business meeting, and he's like, hang on one sec, I got to talk to Dick for a minute.
Can you? Yeah.
You want to make the cut? You want to make the cut like when Chamath and I were shopping?
Daniel's
earlier, and he had to take a
3
business
bets to
call?
8,000.
You want to make the cut where he says, "Oh, it's Tom Dwan. I got to take this call."
No, but seriously, tell me why that isn't the right. Like, it seems like once you know how to get it off the ground,
And he's saying, do I really see what I'm looking at?
you create an ecosystem.
And he checks out a turn. Daniels is going to make a continuation bet.
He bets 5,600.
You also need a large balance sheet.
And he's going to be a little suspicious when Hernandez calls. And I think that's all Hernandez is going to do. It's a huge hand.
Yes, that's what he does.
That's what I do.
Daniel catches a queen.
Giving credit, you always have an agent.
Terrible for him.
You have to online.
No, you just, the way the structure works, some guy gives credit, like me, you, whatever, right?
No, but what I'm saying is
Not the poker side.
the value in the business is to own that as well.
Oh, the credit arm, yeah. That's where the
He bets 13,700.
Some of these sites charge 1% or 2% on the credit they get.
Hernandez is saying, should I raise here?
He calls. Ace on the river.
That might save Daniels some money.
He bets 30,000.
That's a strange value bet. He's putting Hernandez on 8s, maybe 9s, 10s, or jacks. Maybe he's also trying to represent that he might be bluffing. Daniels is as still as I've ever seen a poker player.
Yeah.
It's like one of those cardboard cutouts that they put at ball games now.
Can we get him in the game? We all take a full key.
He raises to 60,000.
And a snap call by Daniels, and I don't know what's going on. I don't know why Daniels bet the river. I don't know why he called so fast, and I don't know why he called at all.
Wow, you got me to full day skang, flopping full houses. Life is good over there. Mr. B.
Next time on High Stakes Poker, Phil Hellmuth and James Board play a memorable pot.
I'll raise you though.
When you got my hand, there's only one thing you can do.
What are you doing, boy?
Position.
Oh, man.
And poker royalty joins the game.